Hello, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Keon.
And this is Trust Your Doctor, that podcast where we try to watch Doctor Who from the beginning and try to not go insane, because this week we're explaining what this podcast is and how to start, listening to it.
Yep. So what is Trust Your Doctor?
I hear you ask. Well, it's a podcast show where we've decided, to watch Doctor Who from the beginning, so that would be An Unearthly Child, all the way through...
Episode 1, 1963.
All the way through to present day, whenever that will be.
Yeah. So we were both pretty new to Doctor Who when we started. I hadn't watched anything at all.
And I had watched the reboot up to that point, which was only through Series 7, I think. So just the end of the 11th Doctor.
Yeah. So we pretty much, that's pretty much it. We just decided to watch it all in order and voice our take on it, I guess.
We kind of just, we give a plot summary of the episode.
Interspersed with our thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, so the plot summary serves kind of as the backbone, overarching structure of the episode, and then every so often we'll interject with our own opinions.
Funny things we noticed.
Funny quote-unquote jokes we have.
We're not too serious. We don't really go super analytical or super behind the scenes because we're, again, kind of new to the show and I guess more interested in what's going on screen. Mm-hmm. But if you want a super deep, and serious Doctor Who podcast, this probably isn't it.
I think we do some analysis, but I don't think we ever go really deep into it. I don't think we're trying to write any sort of thesis on the philosophy of Doctor Who here.
No.
But we do like to kind of tie episodes together when we notice things like that, or when we notice character development.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is a kind of a good segue into how to start listening to us, because we have a lot of episodes, and that can kind of be overwhelming when you look at kind of our
episode
feed.
Yeah.
And see how many episodes we've put out. Some people might be turned off by how many episodes we have, and not knowing where to start. So the best thing to mention first is that on our website we have an episode index, which if you go to, you'll notice all our episodes are organized by Doctor, and then within each Doctor organized by season.
Yeah.
So
since most people probably aren't going to listen to all of our episodes, if there's one specific Doctor Who story you want to hear us talk about, that's probably the best place to find it.
Mm-hmm. And then you can either listen on the website, or you can just go to that episode in your favorite podcast app, which we'll mention in just a second. But I think probably the place most people will end up starting with our show, because most people have seen the reboot. And a good place to start, I think, is episode 164, which is our most recent episode, and that talks about Rose.
Yep, we just got to the 2005 series.
So that would be a good place to start.
Recording.
Probably. There are also a few places in the classic era where you could start if you wanted to. The start of most Doctors is usually a pretty good place to start. Jumping in the middle of a Doctor usually works too, as long as you start at the beginning or end of a season, because that way you can avoid a lot of the continuity references within the season. But other than that, I think... Yeah, we also have a couple other spin-off episodes on there. We talk about books, audios. We've talked about K9 and Company.
Yeah, we've expanded the podcast to more than just the regular Doctor Who TV episodes. So we have a couple books and audios.
Yeah, so if you're kind of interested in hearing our thoughts on those kind of things, that's also on the website and your favorite podcast app. And for that, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and we're also on YouTube, I guess, if YouTube is your place you go for your podcasts.
There's 2 consistent listeners on YouTube.
Yeah, there are.
Every week.
Shout out to you guys. There's also, we don't typically mention this in the episode, but if you have a different podcast app you like to use where you can put in your own RSS feed, we have the RSS feed on the website, and you can just copy it and paste it into your favorite, pod-catching app.
Yeah.
And then you can listen to us that way. And we release consistently, I think, every Sunday.
Yep, every Sunday.
9 o'clock Pacific time, which...
9 a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m. Pacific time, which may change on your local time depending, because we're in the U.S., so daylight savings time moves us back and forward an hour every so often, but it's always 9 o'clock Pacific time. So whatever 9 o'clock on the west coast of the US is at that time, that's when it goes out.
Yep. We're also on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Not hugely active on either of those, but if you want to reach out, we'll definitely also respond and get back to you at some point. Have discussions with you. More active on Twitter, so if you really want to contact us, that's the place to do it.
Yeah. So if you really, really definitely want a response, the best way to reach us is via email.
Yeah.
Which is thedoctor@decorativevegetable.com. Our website is also decorativevegetable.com. So if you reach us via email, we'll read the email out on air, unless you don't want us to, and then we'll give an on-air response to your email. So that is definitely, if you really want a response, the best way to reach us, but the other places also work. And that pretty much brings us to the end of this kind of introductory episode. I hope that this has given you an idea of what this show is. A lot of it is kind of laid back, just discussions of Doctor Who, really what happened in that episode.
So yeah, definitely, if you want, please check us out. But until then, the end.